Hello downloaders, it is almost time for the biggest weekend in the rock calendar. They've recently just released the set times for all the stages across all 3 days. So what was going to happen in this video was me, Sam and Jamie were going to sit down together and go through the lineup, go through the Clash Finder, because the three of us are going this year. Unfortunately, Izzy and Al can't make it. But the three of us were going to sit down together and go through everything, talk about bands that we want to see, bands that we can't get to see because of the clashes and stuff like that, and basically put together our weekend in real time to show you guys the app and all the clashes and everything like that. That's not going to happen tonight because Jamie and Sam have been sent on a very special mission, which you'll hopefully find out all about in the next few days. If you do want to see that video when it drops, it's quite a special one. Then click subscribe down below. We've got loads of stuff coming up in the next few weeks and months. Obviously we've got Download next weekend, that's the big one. We've got 2000 Trees, we've got more guides and info videos about all the festivals you might be going to over the summer, and then we've got some pretty big videos coming later in the year as well. But unfortunately today you're left with just me, so I'm going to go through my Clash Finder, who I want to see, and then as I say, in the next few days you'll be able to see what Jamie and Sam are getting up to right now. So let's just get right into it then. You want to download the app from whatever app store it is that you use, and then at the bottom we're just going to click schedule. So as you can see here on the Wednesday in the Ace of Spades Tavern, that is Panic at the Bingo from 2 till 4 in the afternoon. Obviously a lot of these things will clash, so you won't be able to do every single thing unless you dart around, or unless you've got a time turner like Hermione Granger. A fire chili eating contest. Now I'm definitely not going to be taking part of that because I do not like spicy food at all, but somebody who's camping with us might be a bit braver than me. We will see. So you've got loads of stuff going on, live cookouts and the Gallowgate murders. I don't know what that is. Hot dog eating contest. John Mahon doing a show live. Bit early for a John Mahon show. I don't know if that's a... you can click on it and it doesn't really give you much of an information there, but John Mahon's on the Ace of Spades Tavern for an hour. And then you go later in the night, you've got all your club nights coming up, like more cooking demos. Emo drag karaoke. Now I will definitely be doing that. I don't know what song I'm going to do yet, but I will be sufficiently lubricated by that point, so anything could happen. And then so once it gets to 11 o'clock, that's when your big club night starts. So you've got Fat Lip versus Rhinestone Rodeo, He, She, They and Monster Queen, and She, They Press Play, Hammer Horror Takeover, Face Down, great club night as always. And this goes right the way through till 3 o'clock, and then you can see there the night ends. So let's say we want to do Face Down from 12:30 to 3 o'clock, right? You just go here and then you press heart on that, and then that highlights that. Now if you want to just see that, so we'll get to it in a minute when there's proper clashes with other bands. If you just want to be able to see the things that you want to see, just click in the top left corner there on that heart, and then that, so there's nothing there, and then it's just that. So that's an easy way to keep track of everything, just everything that you want to see, which is why it's so handy to make your lineup, your schedule before you go, because obviously that way you can just keep track of what you need to be seeing, where you need to be, and when. So yeah, lots more stuff on the Thursday. Again, Panic at the Bingo at 2 p.m. Sorry, I apologise. Rock Fit, getting everyone warmed up on the Thursday morning. I want to try that this year because I've never done it before, but I think the Thursday morning I'll be a bit too hungover to try that. But I am going to highlight it just in case, because it might make me feel better. Who knows? And then loads more stuff on the famous first words. Yeah, Sappening podcast. We had the pleasure of bumping into Sean Smith at Slam Dunk. Lovely fella. Old Dirty Bastards. So there are some. Yeah, Holocene, which is a cover band. So lots more on the Thursday, loads to do, never a dull moment. And then again, once it gets to 11 o'clock, that's when your karaoke starts again. Emo drag karaoke, John Mahon's on again, Hang the DJs, another great club night. I'm going to highlight that because I don't want to miss Hang the DJs. So now we go to the Friday, and this is where things get a bit complicated. So the music on the Friday starts at 1 p.m. The arena will open at midday on the Friday only, but on the other 2 days the arena will open at 10 a.m. and the music will start at 11. So let's just go through this, who I want to see. Now, I'd love to go and see Hanabi. I'm going to highlight things that I might not go and see, just in case I do want to go and see them. I tend not to go into the arena straight away, just because if you need anything from camp, you've got to walk all the way to the arena, walk all the way back, and then walk all the way back again throughout the day. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to highlight things anyway, and we'll just take it from there. Seeing Queen, yep, love Seeing Queen. Polyphia, yep, do not want to miss Polyphia. Main stage, so you can see there, 4 till 5 o'clock, and if you click on the artist, there you go, you can see everything you need to know. That'll take you to all their socials. So we go back to the timeline. Soft Play, Blackstone Cherry, Vukovi. So I'm going to highlight Vukovi. I don't think we're going to go and see them, but I'll highlight them anyway. Mr. Bungle, I'm going to highlight it, but I think we might use that time to go and grab some food maybe, or something like that. Wheatus is going to be a highlight, and then Busted. So we'll come to the headliner in a minute, but for me, this is the headliner, Busted. That tent is going to be absolutely rammed. This is the third stage. So you've got Heilung on the second stage, which are going to clash with Busted. Now, Heilung put on a great show, and I'd love to see them. But you're going to see Heilung come back. Seeing Wheatus supporting Busted in a tent at Download with thousands of sweaty moshers is like just one of those surreal things that you'll be able to tell people in years to come. Like, oh yeah, I saw Busted. We had a mosh pit to Busted in a tent. That's going to be insane. And then they overrun with Queens of the Stone Age. So you've got they finish at 9:30. Busted. Queens of the Stone Age will start 20 minutes before they finish. So I'm going to go and see the whole of Busted. Missed the start of Queens of the Stone Age. I'm probably going to see them. But then there's also Funeral for a Friend. Now, Funeral for a Friend, if you went to Slam Dunk, are currently being fronted by Lucas from Holding Absence, who we bumped into as well. Lovely guy. They absolutely killed it. I do want to go and see them, but I also do want to see Queens of the Stone Age. Again, people have spoken extensively. We've spoken extensively as well about, how this year the headliners aren't necessarily the biggest bands. And I'm not a massive fan of Queens of the Stone Age. I've seen them before at Download in 2013. But I've never missed the headliner at Download. And even though I'm going to miss the start of Queens of the Stone Age set, I don't really want to start now. I don't really want to miss them. Just out of curiosity, really, because the people that love Queens of the Stone Age really love Queens of the Stone Age. And maybe it's just I'm missing something. And best way for me to try and change that is just to go and see them. It'll be what, an hour, just over an hour and 20 minutes worth of their set. So there'll be something for, even if we just hang around the back, have a drink at the bar, maybe grab some food then. And then again, you can see all your club nights if you scroll down to all the other stages. So this isn't just the arena stages. So you've got the Apex stage, which is the main stage, the Opus stage, which is the second stage, the Avalanche stage, which is the third stage in the big tent, the Dogtooth stage, which is the fourth stage in the smaller tent, and then you've got Ace of Spades Tavern, the Den, the Doghouse, and the Outpost, which are those bottom four are all in the village. So after the music's finished, from 11 o'clock, you've got, Gale Power Rock Club versus Rockstar, Silent Disco, and then Charlie Simpson from Busted doing a DJ set for an hour. Now I'm going to highlight that because I'm a big fan of Charlie Simpson, not just for Busted, but for Fight Star as well. So Alex Baker's Magic Power Hour, Happy Songs, Sullivan King. I'm going to highlight Sullivan King because a few people have said that it's supposed to be really, really good. So just looking forward to a great night. So that's my Friday. Then we go to Saturday. Again, Rock Fit. So I might do Rock Fit on the Saturday. You might need that after your first day of music, first day of bands. But at the same time, you've got Bambi Thug. Now, if you don't know who Bambi Thug are, and you're thinking, oh, I've heard that name. They were Ireland's representative at Eurovision this year. Now, we won't talk about what happened at Eurovision, but they were one of the highlights. They impressed a lot of people. They scared a lot of people, but they impressed a lot of people as well. And did really well considering Ireland don't usually do well in Eurovision. But it's nice to see. I mean, obviously we went to Eurovision last year, if you watch our vlog from that. It's nice to see more rock and metal artists being featured in that and opening themselves up and being opened up to a wider audience, because, you know, now you're going to get people going to see the first band of the day because they go, oh, I saw them at Eurovision. That's, you know, the biggest music event in the calendar. And then Wargasm. Now, I might go and see Bambi Thug and come back to camp, because even though I like Wargasm, and we all at the channel do love Wargasm, I've seen them so many times in the last few years. I could do with just go and see Bambi Thug and then coming back to camp, maybe grab some dinner or a couple of cans, same thing really. And then there's nothing really then for me until, I mean, Calva Louise, I'm going to highlight Calva Louise just in case I decide to stay in the arena. There's nothing there until Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes, there we go. So 2:15, going to highlight them. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. Going to highlight them. Even though we've seen them loads, always put on a great show. So they're one of those things, they're like an Orange, I'd say. What we tend to do when the lineups come out is we have the green bands and the orange bands and the red bands that we want to see. Green bands is like, can't miss. Orange bands is kind of like, yeah, I'll go see them if there's no clashes. And then the red bands are like, I might have to, you know, move some things around and see if I can make it work. But so this now, Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes, then into Baby Metal. This is going to be one of the greatest runs ever for me at a festival, because then is Enter Shikari, and as you'll know if you've seen our channel before, we all love Shikari. So you got Baby Metal, who I absolutely love, straight into Enter Shikari. Now the heartbreaking thing is that they clash with Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. He's going to be playing, no doubt, some Rage Against the Machine songs, probably some Audio Slave stuff, as well as some of his own solo stuff as well. But Enter Shikari, this is their biggest ever UK show to date. So we've got to go and support them. You know, it's going to be a moment in their history, and I would be, I could never forgive myself if I missed it on their behalf. Now this one is going to be a bit of a, this is a horrible clash. You've got While She Sleeps on the second stage, Holding Absence on the third stage, and then The Offspring on the second stage. I'm going to have to go with The Offspring just because, yeah, I mean, I've seen While She Sleeps a few times, I've seen Holding Absence quite a bit, and even though I probably like Holding Absence the most out of those three bands, you don't really get the chance to see The Offspring. I only caught the last few songs at their set at Slam Dunk last year. So I'll probably go and see The Offspring. They're on for an hour and 15 minutes. You know, plenty of time to at least get a drink or something, or get some food while you're watching them from the back or something like that. Because then I'm going to have to run from the main stage, The Offspring, to the second stage, Pantera. Now, this is a very controversial booking. If you want to know more, then just Google it. I'm not going to talk about it here. But the way I see it is that I'm going to go and see Pantera because I've already paid for my ticket. I'm already going to be there. And these are songs that I grew up with. I became a metal fan because of some of those songs, and that kind of developed me as a metal fan. I might not be going to Download Festival without bands like Pantera and those songs getting me into that kind of music. And their first UK show in 20 years, their first UK show since Dimebag was killed. And if I go and see them at their own show, it's like I'm giving them my money, whereas they're not getting any more of my money if I go and see them at a festival. So that's my reasoning behind that. And then after that, you've got a massive gap there. So they finish at 10 to 9, and then you've got a half-hour break between them and Fall Out Boy. So I'm going to highlight Fall Out Boy. Really excited to see them. Obviously, we're going to When We Were Young to see them in October. But I think the atmosphere will be quite different. They're headlining Download for the first time. They're a band that some people would say that 10 years ago maybe, or even 20 years ago maybe, they should have been given the chance to headline a big festival like Download. Obviously, they've headlined Reading and Leeds before. But I think if they pull it off, then this could be like another staple. We're talking about bands moving on, bands like Kiss and Aerosmith and bands like that who are retiring, and they're looking for bands to take the place over those bands. And if Fall Out Boy, like Bring With Horizon last year, smashed it out the park, Fall Out Boy could end up doing the same this year. If they do manage to put on a really cool show, then there's no reason why they can't be, a band that headlines every 5-6 years. So it'd be a really interesting set to watch that. And then, back to the campsite. Chop Suey in the Doghouse, great night. I'm going to highlight that. Now, obviously, by the time Fall Out Boy finish and we get back to camp, we might not be able to catch much of that, but I'm going to highlight it anyway. So in the Doghouse, you've got Chop Suey, then straight into Black Parade. I'm going to highlight that. Then straight into a half-hour Bowling for Soup acoustic set. Great. No comment. And then back to the Black Parade. So there's loads of stuff. Now this is in the Den there. You might see Master of Pop Hits. Last year, that was an incredible night. That was probably my favourite club night that we had. Certainly in the last few years of downloads. Maybe not ever, but absolutely incredible night. So that's us for the Saturday. And then the Sunday. Who's first on the Sunday? Lord of the Lost, another Eurovision band. They represented Germany in 2023 in Liverpool, the one we went to. I'm going to highlight them because I like them. But again, they're first on. So unless there's anybody that I want to see directly after that, it's no point me staying around in the arena. So I don't think there's anybody else on there until... Hello everyone, sorry to just interject a second. I'm just editing this video and I've forgotten to talk about the secret set that has been heavily rumoured. Now Andy Copping, the guy that books all the bands for Download Festival, revealed last week, I think it was, that there's going to be a secret set over the weekend. He didn't say when, he didn't say where, and he didn't say who it would be. But the clues that he gave was that it was basically a big band, a headline-sized band, quite a rare pull. And then there was a post going around that seemed to give some clues away. Don't know how legit it was, but those clues kind of made it seem like it was My Chemical Romance. And then Andy Copping posted something on social media about the Download Dog plushie that they've got on sale at the Megastore and the merch booths at this year's Download. One is like a normal Download dog they've got, and then another one is like a skeleton kind of design with black and white face paint. And one of the hashtags on that was hashtag the Black Parade, which sent everybody into a frenzy thinking, oh my god, it's got to be My Chemical Romance, oh my god. A few other names that we've seen thrown around is Foo Fighters, because they're in the UK, although they are doing some days across that weekend in other places, so that's probably not going to be very likely. Maybe we'll get Dave Grohl doing like a solo thing, I don't know. Another name that's been thrown around is Green Day, because they're also in the UK doing their own shows, the headline in Isle of Wight, which would free them up, because if they're an Isle of Wight exclusive, then it means if they're not being advertised on the poster, then it means they can still play other festival shows as long as it's not advertised. So it could be Green Day. Paramore's another name, because they're currently supporting Taylor Swift on her tour through the UK. She's also got shows over that weekend that Paramore need to be at as well. So they're probably less likely, unless they can miraculously, get a helicopter from East Midlands Airport to, I think it's London that they're going to be in over the weekend. So who knows? But I just want to show you so people have been speculating about where and when this set is going to be. And I just want to show you here. So we've got the schedule for the Sunday. The Dogtooth stage there, that's Missio. 2:20 till 2:45, right? Now, if you look at this stage, every other band on that stage has got like a half-hour set with a half-hour gap, okay? 11:25, 25-minute gap, 11:50, 12:15, 25-minute gap, 12:40, 25-minute gap, 25-minute gap. Now there, you've got 2:45. Oh, look, there's nothing on for an hour and 20 minutes. So that would be the perfect time there. Look, there's nothing there on the Dogtooth. Just completely unexplained. Everything else is on the other stages. Kerry King's on the main stage. Tiger Cub on the Avalanche. Elvana on the second stage. And then Bowling for Soup again on the main stage on a Mice and Men. So I think right there, so give the bands a bit of a change over time. I would say maybe 3 o'clock start on the Dogtooth stage till maybe 3:45, maybe 45-minute set there for the secret set. I personally think it's going to be My Chemical Romance. Just because, why would Andy Copping tweet hashtag the Black Parade, and why would they sell a download dog variation that is designed like the Black Parade uniform when they're not even playing the festival? And I just think, would they be allowed to get away with using that kind of advertising if they weren't playing the festival with My Chemical Romance 1? Obviously, they might make some money back from it. I don't think they'd do that for any other band. Like, if he'd have put a photo up of the download dog in a British military uniform and hashtag the trooper, everyone would be saying it's Iron Maiden. That no question. So I think I'm 90 to 95% certain it's going to be My Chemical Romance at 3 o'clock on the Dog 2 stage. But the only way to know that for sure is to keep an eye on the app, keep updated with all the information as it comes through. There might even be something in the arena, like a clue to give it away. When we were at Reading Festival in 2022, the Pendulum secret set was advertised as a phone number, I think it was, that you texted, and when you get the text through, it said, Pendulum, this is the stage time, this is the set time, this is where you need to be and when. So it could be something like that, so keep your eyes peeled. Obviously listen to word of mouth as well, and if you see a massive crowd of people running somewhere, just follow them. So I think it's going to be My Chemical Romance, but it could very well be Paramore as well. A few people have said is another very likely one. I do think it's between one of those two, and I'd be happy either way. But let us know in the comments who you think it's going to be, who you want it to be, and would you go and see them if it was My Chemical Romance or Paramore. Anyway, back to the video. Bowling for Soup. Yeah, so I'm going to highlight Bowling for Soup. Another band that I've seen quite a bit, but again, another band that always puts on a really funny and interesting show. Every time you see them, no two Bowling for Soup shows are ever the same. So that'll be a big highlight. I love Atreyu so much, so I'm going to highlight them. But I'm also going to highlight Sum 41. In fact, no, do you know what? I'm not... Oh, that's so difficult. So you've got Sum 41 here, and as you can see there's Electric Callboy. Now, Atreyu and Electric Callboy are bands that I absolutely love. Sum 41 are a band that there are certain songs by Sum 41 that I do love, apart from the big ones that get overplayed. But this is going to be Sum 41's last ever UK show, or last ever UK festival appearance. So that might be the last time you get to see them. But then Atreyu and Electric Callboy, that'll have to be something that on the day, somebody might drag me to one of them, or say there's a group going to Electric Callboy, I might go with them or what. I think that's going to be a spare of the moment thing, but I'm going to highlight all three of them anyway, just so I can make that decision further down the line. Corey Taylor, now, again, this Sunday is full of clashes. This is going to be a horrible day for me. Corey Taylor doing his solo set with his band. That starts at 6:30, and then Limp Bizkit. I can't miss Limp Bizkit. I need to be down the front for Limp Bizkit because that is going to go off. Limp Bizkit have not played Download for, it'll be 11 years, 2013 last time they played it. They're going to have one of the biggest crowds of the weekend. Certainly the biggest crowd for a non-headline band. Can't believe we're going to get to see them on such a big stage. And then they're going to flow straight into Machine Head. Now, I love Machine Head, but I'm going to highlight them just to an error as well. No. I'm going to be... I'm just saving myself more frustration down the line by only highlighting certain bands. I'm going to have to stay for the whole of Limp Bizkit. Might catch a bit of Machine Head, and then my second favourite band, Avenged Sevenfold, headlining the Download for the third time. So that's not too bad for me because I'm not really a big fan of Black Dahlia Murder or The Used, so there's nothing else there that I want to see. So yeah, 9 o'clock onwards, Avenged Sevenfold is all fine by me. Might have to miss Machine Head, go and grab, maybe use this gap here to go and get some food or a drink, again, see how I am on the day. And then that's all the bands, and then back into the campsite again. A Blink-182 party. I doubt we're going to get back to the campsite in time to see that, but I'm just going to highlight it just in case. Face Down versus Uproar. And then from then on, all you've got then is the End of the World Party, the Metal Room, and the Hammer Horror Takeover. And then they go on till 3 a.m. and then that's the festival. So that was just a quick look over who I'm going to go and see this weekend. As I said, the original plan for this video was that me, Jamie and Sam were going to sit down and chat about who we all wanted to see, because I know they both have very different schedules to the one I've got. So we are going to be getting split up quite a bit over the weekend. But as I said, they're on a very special mission. So if you do want to see what they're getting up to right now as I'm filming this video, then click subscribe. That video is going to be out over this weekend, hopefully in time for download, because it is another video that builds up to download. And then next weekend is the big one. So the vlog for that will be coming quite quickly afterwards, hopefully. If you do want to see that and everything else, then click subscribe down below. Come and follow us on all our socials to see what we're getting up to. Again, we've got a massive summer coming up, and then a couple of really big videos towards the end of the year, which we're all really excited for. If you are going to download or any other festival over this summer, we have done videos on what the best tents are, any other equipment you might need, and we've got another couple of guides coming up for different festivals over this summer, so stick around for those as well. We went to Slam Dunk a few weeks ago, so if you want to see everything we got up to there, then that'll be in a card at the end of this video. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see something really similar to that, you can click up here and watch that. And if you want to see something that's absolutely not that, completely different to that, click up here and watch that. And you should just subscribe to us here. Thank you.